Imagine standing here in Las Vegas and traveling back to 1955. Right here once stood one of the most famous hotels on the Strip, the Riviera, a place of Hollywood stars, mob connections, glamour, bankruptcy, and eventually destruction. Today, we're looking back at the incredible story of the Riviera Hotel and Casino. The Riviera's story began in the early 1950s. The site was originally planned as the Casablanca Hotel, but the project changed hands and faced problems. On April 20th, 1955, the Riviera finally opened its doors and immediately became part of a changing Las Vegas. The Riviera helped change the Las Vegas skyline. Its original 9-story tower made it the first high-rise hotel on the Las Vegas Strip. At a time when most resorts were much lower, the Riviera represented a new era of bigger, bolder hotels and casinos. The Riviera opened in spectacular style with entertainer Liberace. He was one of the biggest stars in America and reportedly earned an incredible $50,000 a week for his performances. The Riviera wanted the world to know this wasn't just another casino. Las Vegas was getting bigger and more glamorous. But behind the glamour, trouble was already brewing. Just 3 months after opening, the Riviera went bankrupt. Las Vegas had seen several new hotels open at around the same time, creating fierce competition and concerns that there were simply too many rooms. The Riviera also became linked with organized crime. The Chicago outfit became involved in its early history, and Gus Greenbaum, who had previously managed the Flamingo, played an important role in turning the resort around. The Riviera's history became part of the darker side of old Las Vegas. Gus Greenbaum's story ended tragically. In 1958, Gus and his wife were murdered in their Arizona home. Their deaths became one of the many stories connected with the violent and mysterious world surrounding organized crime during Las Vegas's early casino years. Despite its difficult beginning, the Riviera survived and became a Las Vegas icon. Over the years, major stars became associated with the hotel, helping turn it into one of the Strip's best-known entertainment destinations and a familiar sight for generations of visitors. The Riviera welcomed some huge names from the entertainment world, including Frank Sinatra, Elvis Presley, Barbra Streisand, and Luciano Pavarotti. For decades, visitors could experience some of the biggest performers in the world without leaving the famous Las Vegas Strip. One of the Riviera's most famous shows was Crazy Girls. The production arrived in 1987 and continued until the hotel closed in 2015. Its famous silhouette statue became one of the most recognizable images connected with the Riviera and classic Las Vegas entertainment. Here's a fun fact. The Riviera was the first high-rise resort on the Las Vegas Strip. Its original 9-story tower might not sound huge today, but in 1955 it was revolutionary and helped set the stage for the enormous resorts that would later dominate Las Vegas. Another surprising fact, the Riviera was the first Strip resort to have a Burger King. The fast food restaurant arrived in 1984, giving visitors another quick dining option inside one of Las Vegas's most famous and historic casino resorts. The Riviera continued to grow over the years. What began with a 9-story tower eventually expanded with larger towers, including one reaching 24 stories. The once groundbreaking hotel kept changing as Las Vegas itself grew bigger and more competitive. By the time it closed, the Riviera had grown into a huge resort with more than 2,000 rooms and a casino of over 100,000 square feet. From its troubled opening, the Riviera had survived long enough to become a major part of Las Vegas history. But Las Vegas never stands still. The Riviera faced more financial problems and changed ownership several times. It filed for bankruptcy more than once and continued fighting to stay competitive as newer, larger, and more modern resorts began transforming the Strip around it. By the 2000s, the Riviera was becoming a reminder of an earlier Las Vegas. While huge modern resorts attracted visitors with new attractions and luxury experiences, the Riviera represented the old Strip, a place filled with history, stories, and memories. Then, after 60 years on the Las Vegas Strip, the end finally arrived. The Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority purchased the Riviera property for around $191 million, and plans were made to close the historic resort and redevelop the land. On May 4, 2015, the Riviera Hotel and Casino officially closed its doors for the final time. Millions of visitors had passed through those doors over 6 decades, from gamblers and holidaymakers to celebrities, performers, and employees who had spent years working there. The Riviera's famous towers were eventually demolished in 2016. The 24-story Monaco Tower was imploded on June 14th, followed by the remaining major structures in August. In seconds, buildings that had stood on the Las Vegas Strip for decades were gone. So what stands there today? The Riviera is gone, and the former site has become part of the expanded Las Vegas Convention Center campus. The hotel rooms, casino, and famous neon signs have disappeared, replaced by a completely new chapter for the area. The Riviera wasn't always the biggest or most successful hotel in Las Vegas, and it certainly had its share of controversy. But it survived bankruptcy, changing ownership, and decades of competition. It opened as the Strip's first high-rise resort and became an icon of Old Vegas. The Riviera may be gone, but its story will always be part of Las Vegas. Did you ever visit, stay there, gamble there, or watch a show? Share your Riviera memories in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Neon Paradise Walks and ring the bell for more Throwback Thursday videos.